Hey, what's good, YouTube? I'm right here. I just wanted to talk about, the current situation going on. Obviously, the world's not where it used to be. I know, there's a reason for the riots. There's a reason for the looting. There's a reason for everything, There's a reason people all over the country are acting this way. But, I just want to say violence isn't the answer. You know, Speaking from experience, someone who's witnessed violence growing up, you know, I just it just makes me sad to see like the the way people are turning to and thinking that this is gonna make some sort of resolve or some sort of compromise with the system. It's not. It's only making matters worse. You see cops now, they're shooting innocent people with rubber bullets. You see them using tear gas. You, I'm just unfathomed. I'm lost for words. I can't explain how I feel. It's not a matter of what, but a matter of when. Times honestly are getting hard. It was already hard enough with the lockdown, with the pandemic, and honestly, I pray for this country, and I know God still has a plan. I just know we gotta stay together. It's not white versus blacks. It's people versus oppression. This whole system has us brainwashed to think that there's a certain enemy or that we all need to fight each other or argue. I'm trying not to watch the news at all anymore. It's just all negative. If it's not about the pandemic, they're talking about the riots. I'm trying to keep that peaceful peace of mind, and I invite all you to do the same. Don't two wrongs don't make a right. Don't join this circle of hate, of envy, of trying to prove your point, because honestly, it's not making anything better. All this like robbing stores, breaking into people's cars, vandalizing people's businesses. It's gone so bad that now they're sending the military over to some cities, and they're even having curfews set. So it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. But what I do know is that we gotta stick together. We gotta pray. Because at the end of the day, none of us know more than God, and none of us know everything. So we just gotta do the best that we can and be patient, because things will get better. But as long as people keep panicking and being violent and breaking into stores, trying to break into banks, it's not gonna turn out how it should be. But obviously there is racist cops, there is white supremacist cops, and there's cops that have a big ego. But we have to look at the bigger picture. You have to understand that like the system has always been corrupt, and just all this violence, all this chaos is not gonna fix anything. I saw a picture Anonymous posted. It was a little girl that got shot in the face with the rubber bullet, and she was bleeding. It's just gotten to the point where it's enough is enough. Obviously peaceful protests, I understand that, but all this like breaking things and robbing, we're depleting ourselves of our resources. Like breaking into Target, let's say, like, just damaging vehicles. Like, what does that have to do with Black Lives Matter? What does that have to do with fighting racism? Let's not just lead with our emotions. Let's also, think about things. And there's gonna be consequences. Like I said, they're already enlisting curfews, and man, we gotta stick together, bro. It's called the United States for a reason. We're not supposed to be all chaotic. Hate really stems from fear. And it's a learned emotion. Just as love is a learned emotion, people learn hate. People learn racism. People learn how to be arrogant. And the same way, people can learn to be humble. People can learn to be peaceful. People can learn to respect each other. And that's one thing that I see is lost in today's society, is just self-respect. Because when you truly respect yourself, you're not gonna do things out just to get attention, or do stupid things that could hurt you or hurt other people. Every action we take affects the people around us. And let's just not forget that, every day we're alive is a blessing. America, for the longest time, we've had more freedom than many other countries. And by doing all these riots and chaos, we're stripping our freedom away from ourselves. We're basically shooting ourselves in the foot. The whole point I'm trying to make from this message is, let's just remember that, we're all on the same team. Obviously, I don't tolerate police brutality as much as I don't tolerate, domestic violence or any kind of violence. It could be gang violence. But that's a whole nother topic. But the point I'm trying to make is, we're creating a war within our own country. This anarchist movement, it needs to stop. Because, I just think about my immediate family. I think about my future wife and kids. And I also think about their future families, their future kids. Are we really creating the country that we want? Are we creating a better future, not only for ourselves, but for our generations to come? Or are we just letting our ego get in the way and saying minorities are suffering? Because honestly, I have a universal point of view. Every single race at one point or another has suffered. And it's not right to victimize ourselves. Obviously, me coming from illegal immigrants, I know my parents have suffered a lot. And that's part of the reason why I work so hard. And that's part of the reason why I'm always finding different avenues to take. I'm always venturing in different businesses. I'm always chasing my career. I don't just do it to motivate you guys. I do it at the end of the day to make my family proud, and most importantly, to fulfill God's purpose for my life. And I'm not ashamed to be who I am. I love myself so much that I know at the end of the day, the right people will be in my circle. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. I'd rather have 5 diamonds than 1,000 pebbles. So I look more for like quality over quantity, not just in relationships, but with anything. You know, I just wish everyone the best. You know, let's all just make smarter decisions. Let's treat each other kinder. You know, like I'm honestly trying to stay away from social media. You know, it's just a lot of arrogance. And I know it's for the cause, you know, it's to fight oppression, but you know, at the end of the day, don't put people down. And don't blame others. You know, everyone walks their own road. And when you stem from a place of hurt, you know, because I used to carry those heavy burdens with me. But when you're hurt and you walk around with hurt, you're only going to hurt other people. But when you start loving yourself and loving the people around you, everything changes. So let's just remember, bro, you know, the human race, you know, regardless of your color, regardless of your religion, regardless of your monetary status, your class, regardless of whether you're ugly, handsome, beautiful, short, tall, fat, skinny, there should always be love in your heart, bro, and forgiveness. You know, that's the only way to get through life. Love and forgive others. You know, I don't want to make this video too long, but the point I'm trying to make is there needs to be a change, and breaking, looting things, you're only gonna make the government get more violent with us. You know, let's give them reasons, because obviously the system's not gonna change. So how about individually, let's change ourselves first before we try to change the world. You know, change the man in the mirror. You know, it's already hard enough to change ourselves. How do we expect to change a whole government or a whole system? You know, they're the ones really controlling the mainstream music, the movies, the commercials, the radio, the TV. They're controlling what's popular on social media, what's popular on YouTube. They control everything. So by us trying to change it and just change the algorithms or change people's perspective, you know, every mind thinks differently. And let's not forget, all this is temporary. You know, one day I'm gonna die. One day we're all gonna die. And let's make the last memories of ourselves the best memories of ourselves. You know, we don't have to carry that hurt around us everywhere we go or start hating. I've never seen a hater do better than me, bro. You know, I don't have time to hate. I don't have time to get in people's business because I'm too worried trying to manage my own business. You know, it's like they say, bro, keep your eyes on your own paper. You know, whether that's money, whether you're in school, keep your eyes on your own paper, bro. Stay in your lane. You know, we're over here trying to force people to believe this, force people to see this perspective. People can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. So don't try to change the world or especially change the government, because the cops and all that, I'm not saying, you know, it's right what they're doing, but two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. It's also not right you know, all this looting, robbing, and vandalizing people's businesses that they worked hard to construct. That's definitely not right. And you know, I seriously do pray for not just this country, but what's going on all over the world. You know, we need some serenity, we need peace. We don't need to understand each other, but let's just try to coincide and exist. You know, remember, they want us to be divided. They want us to kill each other. They want us to hate each other. So let's not feed the system of fear. Let's just stay positive. Stay positive and stay motivated. At the end of the day, you know, all we can do is take it one day at a time. Alright, peace out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.